Welcome, everyone. Let me just skip out of this ad real quick. Welcome, everyone. So hopefully you can hear me and see me okay. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reading on future love. I'm going to use a completely different format. I mean, I've done this before, but I haven't done it for a long time. And what I'm looking for are the synchronicities. I just have a feeling that we're gonna see some soulmate energy here. So that's when I'm really looking for synchronicities. We're going to use a couple different decks. So I'm going to use, of course, the Gilded Tarot to clarify. But then I'm going to use two different decks. So I'm going to go back and forth with them. I'm going to use Mother Mary at the end, which is not my norm, but I decide that's what I'm going to do today. I hope that's okay. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot, and we're going to use the Cozy Witch Tarot. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a couple shuffles. Everything's always pre-shuffled. Welcome, everyone. I see people, but I don't see any names yet, which is fine. I am going to do questions and answers afterwards for a small donation, whatever you want to donate. Doesn't have to be a lot. But hopefully talking about love, questions you may have regarding the reading or just your love. All right, so let's get Psychic Tarot cards. Okay, I feel like we've got to take that. All right, and then let's just go ahead and get the Cozy Witch ready. So I'm going to do 4 of the Psychic Tarot, and then I'm going to do 4 of the Cozy Witch, and then potentially 4 again of the Psychic Tarot, and potentially 4 more of the Psychic Witch. We'll see how much room we have on the table. I hope you guys will let me know whether you enjoy this format or not. That just lets me know whether I should use it again. I have a feeling you're going to enjoy it, though. All right. Can everybody hear me okay, first of all? If anybody wants to chime in, hopefully you can. All right. I'm just going to assume that you can. Well, let's see what the Psychic Tarot wanted to bring out. We have, my deck's in reverse, we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. Emotional withdrawal. I am going to shuffle for the cards, though I'm going to try to just do 4 across for each row. So, first of all, that's an 8. 8 is the year that we're in. We're in a universal year 8. 8 can certainly speak about new beginnings, infinity, as above, so below. This person, I really love this image in a Psychic Tarot because I feel like they're handing over the things that they cannot control. It's like they've looked within their emotional house. They looked at those cups that have been knocked over, and they have as much clarity as possible. I'm going to bring this lid down. But this is someone who really wants to move away from, that uncertainty, that, sadness, that just that type of energy. So someone's really looking for emotional clarity, and I definitely feel like you're going to find it. But let's keep going. We have the Magician. Well, I love that because what great energy to first clear that emotional, I feel like it's that emotional energy that, maybe there's someone that I had my eyes set on, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And it took me some time. Well, 8 and 1 would be a 9, maybe to reflect upon it. Maybe I kind of lost myself for a little while. But I feel like you're finding yourself again. You're finding yourself again. Deception and envy. Okay. Well, I don't feel like that's what's coming. I feel like that's what you're overcoming. And then we have the Wheel of Destiny. That tells me that even though some of you have been through some difficult situations regarding love in the past, first of all, we're looking at future love, but I feel like we have to look back to understand where we're at right now and where we're moving, because we also want to remember that it is our seeds of intention today that are going to be our harvest in the fall. So it feels like there is someone of your past that honestly, I just feel like probably didn't deserve your attention anyway. This could have been a younger energy, someone was immature and acted upon that. Definitely someone that probably told lies. I couldn't trust you. I wanted to trust you, but I couldn't trust you. Um, and I do feel like that is of the past. And I feel like a lot of you have already cleared that. And I definitely know that you don't want that type of energy back. That's really why it's important to clear this emotional energy. Um, because if, think about the law of attraction, what I think about, I bring about. It doesn't mean I didn't love this person. This person probably hurt you. They probably hurt you deeply. But I do have to say, with the wheel right beside that, it could have been for some of you a karmic lesson. And I just want to say, good for you if you learned that karmic lesson. Simply, that lesson could have been for some of you, like, who do I give my energy to? Like, do I give my energy? And, I also want to say, I feel like as we, sometimes time is our friend, like as we go through these experiences, we now, if it tried to come around again, we'd recognize it, we'd see it, we'd know better. You know what I mean? So, nonetheless, let's go ahead and take the Cozy Witch. And certainly, if this, if some of these comments that I'm making ring true for you, certainly leave them in the comment section. I definitely feel you help each other a lot. All right, let's see what we have here. 5 of Cups. Well, that makes sense under emotional withdrawal. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have, hello, 10 of Cups. I feel like for some of you, like someone promised you the world and did not deliver. Let's take the last one on this. The King of Wands can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, though. And we're talking about future love. So here's what I feel like is going on right now. I feel like someone definitely cheated on me or lied to me. And this would not be a one-time thing, probably over and over again. Could certainly be the energy of a narcissist. But listen, I do feel like there's something valuable that you can learn from that energy. And sometimes it's just learning, like, why did I give my energy to that person? You know what I mean? But I feel like time helps us with that. So anyway, and then we have the 5 of Cups down here. So 5 of Cups, first of all, it's a 5. Interesting, you have an 8, which speaks about change, or I'm sorry, speaks about new beginnings. And then you have a 5 that speaks about change. In the 5 of Cups, it's telling you where your focus is at. The focus is on what I have lost. But I feel like I have to look back and be like, yes, I can love the wrong person, right? I can give my love to someone who doesn't quite deserve it. But maybe I don't know that. Sometimes we have to give people time to reveal who they truly are. And I do feel like someone promised you the world and they did not deliver. But that was yesterday or yesteryear. We're now looking about what's coming forward. And don't forget, with the wheel here, okay, this may have been a karmic relationship, but it's also speaking about what's next, because that's really what we're looking at, future love. And I do feel like we have to know where we've been to understand, or at least appreciate the potential of where we can go. So somebody promised me the 10 of Cups, did not deliver. That doesn't mean I can't have the 10 of Cups. I certainly can have that 10 of Cups. But maybe it's just not with that person. All right, let's keep going. We're going to bring in the Psychic Tarot again. Let's actually slide everything up. As a Virgo, I can't stand being like surrounded by stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people like Sam, which I'm surprised, like he's one of those people that keeps everything, all paperwork. And it's like, why? Why? But he's a Virgo also, so I guess not all Virgos think that way. All right. We have material and spiritual prosperity. First of all, I feel like a lot of you have grown so much spiritually. And yeah, sometimes it does take these hard lessons. Sometimes it does take us, like, you know, falling down to our knees to really receive, you know, our answers or what have you. But I feel like what this is saying is I feel like spiritually you have grown a lot. I don't know if this King of Wands is about to reach out, make a phone call. He's got his candle lit. Like, I already know someone who is my flame. Again, we're looking at future love. Do you know this person? You may know this person, but they do sit upon your will. Now, it does not have to be a fire sign, but this would be someone of action. So this is someone who would not just like speak the words, but they put the action behind it. And I don't feel like it's the same person because I feel like that's the energy you're clearing. You're clearing the past and now you're starting to move forward. And I feel like, you know, once you have spiritual understanding, I feel like good luck for anybody that comes in that tries to bring you back down to a lower vibration. I don't think you would accept it. We have wisdom, card of Taurus. This is about your belief system. 6 and a 5. Some of you could relate to Twinflame. I'm just saying it because it's an 11. It always reminds me of that. Your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. I feel like this is a good thing because to me that means that something's about to open, right? This really speaks about a rebirth. Now, do I think it's a rebirth up here? I hope not. I hope if this person comes back around that you now feel strong enough just to say no, because there's no way your spiritual team is going to bring you that type of energy unless you're asking for that type of energy. So a rebirth, and it just so happens becoming under the 10 of cups. Could there potentially be someone who says, I can, like, we can have the 10 of cups together and it be true? Yes. And then we have moving on. So that makes me feel good. I feel like this is you putting your past in the past. This is you understanding that whoever this person is in the 7 of Swords, whether it's just lies, you know, there's something you can't trust within them. You know, it's interesting. It says deception and envy, almost like someone envious of you, and therefore they treat you in a not such a great way. Well, adios. Adios to you. And I love that the 6 of Swords is coming right beside judgment. It says truth, and that is your truth. And wisdom right beside it. It's your belief. It's interesting because I feel like, well, 2 6s mirroring each other also. I feel like not only have you learned a lot, and I feel like I have to be careful here because I could just shut down my heart because of this person. I could be like, that's it. I don't want love. I don't trust love. And I get all that. But not every person is like this person. I know there's a lot of people like this person, but your spiritual team would not be bringing this type of energy back into your life. And I feel like there's a reason. I feel like really many of you being rewarded, and I always feel like that's the wrong word, and I always say that, but I do. And I'm saying rewarded because I feel like you have cleared this energy, or you're on your way of clearing that energy. And, you know, I feel like your spiritual team, like, think about it, you know, if they really want to bring in a high vibrational love, then it would make sense that first I have to clear this energy because one doesn't fit with the other. And your spiritual team's agreeing with you as it relates back to this person that they were not trustworthy, that they were toxic to you, that their words and their promises were just, they were empty. So just goodbye to you. Goodbye. Let's slide this up. I almost don't even want to look at that line anymore. Let's slide it up. Okay, let's take another row of the Cozy Witch. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys, by the way. I really want to put all my attention on your reading, and then we'll go deeper, whatever you guys want. All right. We have the marriage card. So, thank you, spiritual team. You know, this is a high vibrational love. And I say that because everyone in this energy wants to be there and couldn't imagine not being there. It's like once we meet, how could I ever let you go? Doesn't promise that everything is like, you know, there's not ebbs and flows. There are. There always will be. But this is the ability to really work together. This is love. This is love. We have the Knight of Swords. And I'll tell you what's interesting is this King of Wands. And again, don't worry about the sign, but just look what he's doing. He's on the phone. He's got that candle lit. It's like, I know who my flame is. He's reaching out. Absolutely feels like it's coming through some type of communication. This day and age, it could be social media, but now we have the Knight of Wands. Some of you could know this person. Could be someone you knew back in the day. Oh, my screen just keeps going dark. But you may not have been in a love relationship with them. Maybe you have. I don't know that's even important. But I do kind of feel like this is potentially this king's younger energy. Let's see what else we have. We have the Nine of Wands. I'm sorry. Yep, Nine of Wands. We have, well, hello, soulmates. Hello, soulmates. And then we have the Three of Swords. Interesting, right? Three swords with soulmates. Listen, a karmic can be a soulmate. You know, and this Three of Swords is also coming over the Six of Swords. So this is what is being let go of. In the Six of Swords, remember that. That's moving on from the toxicity. I do want to say the one thing with the Six of Swords is, you know, I do feel like the water is a little choppy, but that is very, very temporary. And I feel like the more that I'm able to put the toxicity behind me, the, what's the word I want to use? The calmer the waters become. You know, you're heading towards a soulmate. And I knew I was doing this reading for a reason. And the soulmates is mirroring the marriage card. Now, there's something else I want to say before I get into the comments. I feel like the Nine of Wands here. I feel like it's such an important energy, the Nine of Wands, because it's reflecting back on one's own responsibility within one's life. Now, not in a judgmental way. It's just you're really looking at like your part. Like if I really truly want high vibrational love, then I've got to think about where is my vibration. And in the Nine of Wands, you are looking back and you are, you know, you're accepting your responsibility, accountability for, sometimes it's just, I don't even know, like, because I feel like I ended up with this. Well, I do feel like it was a karmic. So, but the Nine of Wands to me is like when this person's done reflecting, there's power. Like they're powerful. And I feel like that's the energy I need to really protect my energy from lower vibrational people. Love. And then how beautiful that that Nine of Wands comes under your spiritual team. So I do that reflection, and your spiritual team is saying, but in, you know, here's the reward for that. Well, hello, soulmate. Hello, soulmate. So there's many of you who are on the path to meet your, like, a soulmate. You know, I want to say the soulmate because we have, you know, we have, like, we're soulmates, I feel. Um, and we have many different soulmates, but I feel like this is on the path to meet the soulmate. We have Justice on the bottom of the Cozy Witch. Part of Libra could certainly talk about cutting, you know, well, I know that you're cutting ties. And if you haven't cut ties, and if someone is disrespecting you, as much as I feel that this energy is, then it could be a sign that sometimes there's no other way around it. Beautiful. And the Chariot on this, on the bottom of Psychic Tarot. Chariot, first and foremost, is about balance, finding that balance so that that chariot becomes unlimited potential. Now, who are we talking about? We're talking about the soulmates. You know, I already see unlimited potential. I see like the commitment, and I have a feeling it's going to be a quick, like, you know, you'll hear me all the time say, take your time, let people reveal themselves, don't move too quickly. If you have fear of love, take it slow. If you don't have fear of love, then I feel like let's get moving. You know what I mean? Um, so I just want to see if I can pick out anything about this person. Okay, so first of all, I feel like this person and your, okay, let me put it a different way. I feel like your morals are very similar. Your belief systems are very similar. Now, that doesn't even have to mean we believe in the same God, but our energy is very similar. Our belief system is similar. I have a feeling that some of your situations that individually you dealt with in your life, so have they. And I feel like you can be of great resource to each other too. I don't know where that's coming from, except to say that that's what I feel. Okay, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot, and then I'm going to get over to you. By the way, I'm really in no rush. And I'm not going to clarify everything because I do want to get to your comments, but I do want to look at a few things. So, you know, how much do I love that your spiritual team is, you know, okay, so this person promised me the 10 of Cups. Well, they didn't deliver. Your spiritual team is like, well, you know, maybe that's a good thing because did you really want to spend the rest of your life in that energy? How about if you reflect upon that and I bring you someone, or, you know, I help your paths intersect, and this love feels like a love of a lifetime, like the love that I feel like your last love, because I feel like this is the love that you know, it feels like night and day, night and day. And I also feel like, again, I probably loved this person, thought I loved this person, maybe I did love this person. But I feel like your spiritual team is like, well, just hang on to your hat. because this is truly night and day from what you knew and what you're about to know as it relates to love. Sometimes we think love sucks, and sometimes love does suck, but then sometimes love is just beautiful. But we have to learn when to move. You know what I mean? We have to know when to close the door, when like someone's not respecting us. You know, hey, you don't want me. That's okay. Someone else will. You know, and I feel like that's what your spiritual team is saying. Like, you know, don't always think that someone who disrespected you in probably a million different ways is the only one. Nope. All right. I don't even know what I want to clarify. It just seems so clear to me. Let's just go right across the middle, and then let's get to your comments. And I'm happy. I'm going to leave the spread out, and then I'm happy to take any cards also for you. And you can even tell me like where you want me to take a card. I mean, I'm just leaving it open today. All right. All right. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus, double Taurus on the board, by the way. And then we have the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Swords. I'm sorry. Interesting. So there's this king on the phone, male or female, by the way, knows that there's a flame. That flame is burning. Knight of Wands makes me definitely feel like this person's going to take action. Knight of Swords now makes me feel like it's coming through again, communication. I love the Hierophant next to him because it definitely feels of the light. That's important, right? I don't want anybody in dark energy. You know, I don't want to fix anyone unless it was my job to fix, you know what I mean? To heal. But other than that, like, you know, I don't feel like I'm interested in like raising anyone up. Now, I mean that as in like, you know, maturity level. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave it there. So I do want to pick these up, and I'm going to leave everything the way it is. And then I'm going to look at your comments. And it's funny, I see it on my screen on my computer, a ton of comments, but there's 0 on my phone. So let me just get in and get back out again. Skip the ad. That's a long ad. Okay, interesting. I'm not seeing comments. Why is that? Let me just click out of that. There you are. Now I see you guys. That was weird. Hi, Juanita. Hi, MR. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, good, MR. You know, I couldn't see anybody's comments. Hi, Twinflame 320. I wonder if you related to that, to the reading. Hi, Artsy. Hi, Rachel. Hi, D for Rhode Island. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, I'm going to say your name wrong. Sejal apostrophe S, I think. Hello. MR, Veronica. Is there anything? Oh, Sean, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you. Felt like I had to sing your birthday song. All right, so Veronica. Any new encounters? You know, no, where was I at? Yeah. Oh, Veronica, your MR. Well, I feel like it depends how you relate to this reading. Because if you relate to this reading, then definitely it's talking about future love. But let's go ahead and let's just take, what do I want to use? Let's stay with the Gilded Tarot. Keep the whole spread in mind. I want you guys to keep the spread in mind and how you relate to it. And I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. For Veronica. And I do want to give it a cut since we're using it for the first time for questions. So we're still going to keep the spread out. So I'm going to go right over the spread for Veronica. Any new encounters in the future? Wow. How about the King of Cups? Can be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be. And then how about your guardian angel ushering them in? I mean, the Knight of Pentacles, first of all, tells you to be patient. To be patient. Because the Knight of Pentacles comes in the right time. And, and that you can trust in, that you can believe in. When is the right time? The right time is when you're ready, when you're truly ready. And, we got to also think of the other person too, because, I often feel like our guardian angels are talking, or our spirit guides are talking to potentially who's coming in next. Like they're making sure because sometimes I feel like it's already predestined, and they're just making sure everything goes that Veronica takes that right that we want her to take, and that your soulmate also takes that right, and that you can trust in. And that's what that's what the Knight of Pentacles wants you to do. Just trust in me that I come in at the right time. And I love that it's bringing the King of Cups in for you. Again, doesn't have to be a water sign, but as it relates to love, this is someone in the upright normally is someone who wants to be in love, someone who enjoys having a relationship, someone enjoys having that special person. Like this night, like this king over here, something happens through my day. Who am I going to call? You. You'd be my first call. Like anything happens in my life, you'd be the first person. So I feel like in divine timing, the right person is going to come into your life. And I hope. And I do feel like you also, in a way, it's hard to do, but try to let go of control. And what I mean by that is just get busy doing your thing. I feel like with Pentacles, like your creative side, it's like when I'm not thinking about love, that's when love comes in. So, but really what it's saying is just trust. And the Knight of Pentacles will not let you down. There's the thing about the Knight of Pentacles when it shows up, especially in a love reading. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about bringing something into your physical world. Love, a person that you can touch, that you can kiss, that you can hug. Okay. Nicholas. All right, Nicholas. Well, Shelby and I, all right, I think reconcile. I think that's what you're trying to say. Restore our relationship again, or has she moved on with someone new and no longer wants me in her life? Okay. All right, Nicholas, let's stay with the Gilded Tarot. for Shelby. Shelby moved on. Is Nicholas still in her mind? Will there be an opportunity for them to come back together? Or should Nicholas just let this be? All right. Well, first of all, you got the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. We have the Hierophant. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Hangman. We have the Three of Wands. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay. So this is what I'm feeling, Nicholas. I feel like, first of all, you have the Ace of Wands with the Knight of Swords going right into it. So that's potential communication. But then you have the Hangman under that. So makes me feel like, yes, there is a potential here. Yeah, interesting. You got 2 5s here. Maybe both of you need to make some type of change. I don't know if she's currently with anyone, but I feel like her change would be movement. Like I feel like there's something she would need to move out of. And again, I don't know. I'm not saying she's with anyone else, but I feel like there is potential here. And, it's like I don't want to give you false hope because she's got free will. You know what I mean? We all have free will. But I do feel like there were, this Five of Pentacles is talking about probably when you were together and then something happened, maybe outside your control, like Shelby just split with you type of thing, or just cut you off, ghosted you, that type of energy. What the hell? All of a sudden I'm getting all these. Oh, it's from Sam, like 5 messages in a row. Here's what I feel, Nicholas. I feel like there's a chance. And I don't feel like it's right away. And I do feel like you need to ask yourself the question, is this something that you want to wait for? Because the Hangman is telling me that, like, even though we have the Ace of Wands, which is about action, but then the Hangman kind of puts a stop on that. I almost feel like, I don't know if you can communicate with her, but I feel like if you can, I would lay your cards on the table. I would be honest. I would come from your truth. If you can, and it doesn't have to be a phone call, even like a letter. I think letters are great because I feel like, I can pull out that letter and read it whenever I want. And sometimes I do need to read a letter more than once to really understand what the person's trying to say. And I'm saying me, I mean you. But ultimately, I feel like, if there is a change, because I do feel like there needs to be a change, and it could be on Shelby's end. But I do feel like your guides really want you to, make sure that you aren't putting all your eggs in one basket. And I want you to really pay attention to this reading, because if there was someone that potentially I couldn't be with, well, could it mean that potentially there's someone more loving? I'm saying more loving, but you know what I mean, like someone who can't imagine but making a commitment to you. So I feel like there's some type of change that has to happen in Shelby's life. And I feel like, I feel like her vibration isn't as high as it could be. And it could be influence around her for sure. And, part of me wants you to keep the hope alive, but part of me is also thinking, but don't keep it alive too long. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like, you should, like, how do I say this? Like, waiting and waiting. Like, I feel like if you can get your cards on the table, put your cards on the table. If you can't, then I feel like all you can really do at this point is send loving energy. And I know that sometimes we feel like sending the opposite, but it is a loving energy that we want to manifest through. But here's the thing also, Nicholas. I feel like, let's say Shelby doesn't come around. Well, then don't shut yourself down over that. Okay. Because I feel like there is a chance, but I don't feel like it's right away. And there just may be someone you meet. And then you may look back and be like, okay, well, this is really where I want to be. Now, you don't know that until you know that, if that makes sense. But that's what I'm feeling right now, Nicholas. It's a little bit of a mixed bag, and I feel like there's a little bit of energy that, I just don't feel like you yourself can control unless you're able to lay your cards on the table, and then I would. And I would just be like, we're either going to try to make this work or we're not. Because I feel like your guides would not want you to just wait. Okay. How do I say this, Nicholas? I don't feel like I feel like there's something going on with Shelby. And I want to say, like, in a way, like, don't take it personally. And I know it's like, what do you mean not take it personally? It is personal to me. But I feel like there's something within Shelby that Shelby has to overcome. Or let me put it a different way. That's what your spirit guides would want. Because your spirit guides will only want you with, unless there's a karmic lesson with true love. Doesn't mean we're not learning through these love relationships. We are. All right. D. I hope that helps. Nicholas, I hope that helped a little bit. I have a feeling it's not what you wanted to hear, but it's not all bad news. I feel like it's just, how much time do you want to invest? All right, D. My twin and I got in an argument. He told me to go away and ghosted me for 4 days. Was he with someone else? What do you feel he was doing all those days? First of all, D, I'm not feeling like, I'm just allowing myself to feel, and I'm not feeling like deception. I'm just not. But let's take some cards. And D, I think you know that, like, Sam and I are twins. And we've gotten many arguments, and I mean, I guess they say runners and chasers are twin flames. Well, I don't know how many times I packed my bags here. But then we work it out. You know what I mean? All right. But anyways, what has your twin been up to? Three Swords. 5 of Cups. That makes me feel like he's reflecting. It makes me feel like your twin's aware of the energy of just going away like that. And definitely feels like it broke your heart. I do feel like your twin's heart was broken also. So it must have been through that argument. You know, words hurt. We have the world. Okay. We have the death card. I want to take one more. Well, 2 came out. We're going to take them. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and then we have the 7 of Wands. I feel like you probably got into a pretty bad argument because I feel both of you ended up with your heart's broken. Now, this is not something you cannot recover from. This doesn't feel like, you know, the heartache of a lifetime. It just feels temporary, though it is recognizing that. I feel like I don't feel like your twin was with anyone else. I do feel like your twin is just reflecting. Um, I don't know if there was like one was like, you know, like tell me this and that, and this and that, because I feel like in the 7 of Wands, it feels like a little bit aggressive, like someone defending oneself, standing one's ground. But I feel like in a way, you know, did I try to stand my ground too strongly? Now, I don't think it's you, D, in this energy. Now, I do feel both of you both of you are in this argument. But I don't feel like, you know, this is the end. I don't feel like there's any cheating. I feel like there is reflecting. You know, I'm not going to lie. I do feel like it probably crossed your twin's mind. You know, do I want to stay in this relationship? But I feel like ultimately the answer is yes. Though I feel like something emotionally, I feel like there's something emotionally this may be like something we fight about more. Like this is not the first time we fought about it. So I feel like I need to get to the root of that problem, like get to the root so it doesn't keep coming back up. You know, it's interesting, but I don't know why I keep thinking of me and Sam as it relates to you and your twin. Um, you know, but we can have nasty, nasty fights, but then make up. Six of Wands. Okay. So, listen, I don't like that he just left the house. He, she, you know, your twin just left the house like that. I don't like that. I don't think it was the right way of handling it. Though I do feel like things, you know, if I was in that argument, I feel like things got pretty heated. And, you know, maybe, though I know it hurts, I feel like maybe this time apart could help. And I also feel like, because, you know, sometimes one leaves, and I've done that many times in relationships. Just I have, um, but it's because I don't want to fight. So I feel like I feel like you have nothing to worry about as it relates to, was he doing something, you know, outside of the 2 of you? I feel like the answer is no. But was I questioning, is this right? I do feel like yes. But truthfully, I feel like you know, it's like your heart lies with your twin, and vice versa. And then the world, I feel like, is saying that you guys will overcome this. And, but I also feel like I do need to get to the root of the problem. And then once we get to the root of the problem, I feel like we can let that be and let that go, especially if you know that it's been like a reoccurring thing, like a fight, like a certain fight just keeps coming back up. Because I feel like you can get to the root of the problem. Okay, I'm going to let that be. I'm going to let that be, D. Okay. Let me grab a drink. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to get a drink real quick. Oh, Sean, congratulations. That's nice. Erica. Okay. So a general. I feel like I want to stick with the cozy or the gilded tarot, just because they're so easy to shuffle. So I'm getting a couple good shuffles. Oh. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm just going to take these. And just so you know, there's the wheel sitting like it wanted to be noticed, destiny. So let's look what we got. We have the 10 of Wands. This is for Erica. 10 of Wands. We have the 4 of Cups. Judgment. The Empress. Justice. The Hierophant. And the King of Cups. Okay. First of all, with the 10 of Wands and then the 4 of Cups as your very first cards, I feel like there may be some things that you may want to, excuse me, you may want to question. Like, you may want to question like whose weight you're carrying around, like whose responsibilities you're carrying around. Are you like trying to put out other people's fires? And I'm saying that because it's sitting next to the 4 of Cups, which really can talk about discontentment or boredom in one's life. That doesn't mean my whole life, but on emotional level. But in the 4 of Cups, someone is being handed a cup. And I don't know if you can see your monitor, but I feel like this is from the hand of God, and you have Judgment right next to it. So I feel like this may talk about a period of time that you've been in. But here's what I feel, though. I feel like if I reflect upon, the 10 of Wands, so do I tend to put the responsibility of love or just situations on my shoulders? Again, it reminds me of like a Virgo type energy where, sometimes we feel like, well, no one's going to do it like I do it. So just let me go ahead and do it. But then we become overworked or over saturated type of thing. But here's what I think for you. I feel like you've taken those experiences and I feel like you've learned from them. Excuse me. I feel like you've learned from them. And I'm saying that because I feel that, but also Judgment is here, not Judgment, Justice in reverse. And next comes the Hierophant under Judgment, by the way, and then this King of Cups. So I feel like this is saying that potentially you either have cut ties, and again, this is to energy or people that tend to put their responsibilities on your shoulders. It's also a period of time where I have a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life too, but there's something that you're not satisfied. And I feel like because it's coming through the Four of Cups, it could talk about your emotions or like an emotional situation. And I do feel it's almost like this is your past up here, and you had to cut ties because it wasn't serving you to keep carrying this weight around. And I kind of feel like you did, because I feel like now you're sitting in the Empress's energy. So let's talk about the Empress. And I know I say this all the time for those who are with me all the time, who probably like bored of it. But it's important that we know that the Empress, through her experiences, she's reflected upon them. Like, I feel like she's had the experiences of all the queens, and the good and the bad, and she's reflected upon them, and she understands now how much she herself has grown. She understands that I don't need to create barriers to protect me. My own energy protects me, and I know that now. So if anything comes towards me that is not loving, not in favor, let's just say, then the alarm bells will go off, and that you can trust in. This is also someone who receives a lot of epiphanies, ideas, inspiration, guidance as to your next steps, all of that. And then you have the King of Cups here. Well, we are doing love. And I feel like, again, this is the second time we saw the King Cups, but I feel like this king is really representing love, like someone who is willing to give, like who wants to give, not willing, but wants to give. And then I feel like you sitting as the Empress, listen, if you don't feel like you've reached that energy yet, it could simply mean that you're still blocking yourself off from love. It means I'm not allowing my heart to be open and trusting in divine, that not just trusting in divine, but trusting within yourself. Like some of these old relationships that did not work out, that were difficult. I have a feeling that you've learned a lot from them. I just feel that with you. I feel like you've learned so much. So I feel like as love is related, because I feel like that is what that Four of Cups is talking about. I feel like the rest of my life feels pretty good. I'm not going to say perfect, but I feel like pretty good. Um, and I feel like that's the one area that I would really like fulfillment in. And don't forget, we have the Ten of Cups here. And again, it may not be with who I thought, it may be with someone much better. Okay, I'm going to let that be. And you do have the wheel. So I feel like what that just means is a couple different things. Time is moving. Time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. And I feel like what this is saying is, as love is related in your present and future energy, listen, it must be a soulmate. Those of you who are here, don't forget this reading, because I feel like for a lot, like I already know, especially for my subscribers, I already know, like for some of you, I know who it fits. You know what I mean? And I know who I hope will take on this new energy. I hope that helped. Hi, Black Sky from Oregon. You're getting a lot of rain right now, aren't you? Thank you for saying hit that like button. Hi, Elaine. Oh, my daughter's here. Hi, Jen. My daughter's Jenny Love Tarot. Well, you can see my name with Archangel Guidance. And my granddaughter Lily is probably with her right now. Hi, Lily, if you're there. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read for Twinflame 320. Though I do want to say that I am asking for donations today. I know it sounds terrible, but it's needed. So Twinflame 320, can you tell me about Pisces love life with Capricorns? Can you tell me about Pisces and Capricorns now love life? Can you tell me about Pisces? Now, I don't know if you mean like Pisces and Capricorns in general, or you are one of them. I have a feeling you're one of them. I'm going to do yours in 1 second, Twinflame. I just want to read Nicholas's response. I'm praying that Shelby, who's a Virgo, and you're a Pisces. Oh, opposites. So, Nicholas, you're opposites. But I think that's a good thing. I think Pisces and Virgo, well, I think all opposites can really, first of all, can teach each other a lot. And, Nicholas, no wonder, like Virgo is known for going quiet. And I am a Virgo. All right, so Twinflame, can you tell me about Pisces and Capricorns now love life? And again, I'm assuming you're one of them, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So Capricorn and Pisces, love life right now. Capricorn and Pisces. All right. And guys, please, the main reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to really pay attention to this reading. I feel like there's a lot of messages in here for you that sometimes you don't pick up right away, but I'm hoping as we continue to answer questions that you guys will you'll see how it relates to you. All right. But Capricorn and Pisces right now. Okay. King Cups. I mean, that's the third time he's come out. But we can relate that to Pisces. Male or female, doesn't matter. Not in this type of reading. Hello, lovers. I guess there's no denying the love. Even if someone tries to, I feel like there's no denying it. I don't know if you're in union, but I feel like you're not. And the reason why I'm saying that is, when you look at this lovers, which I really love this image, you can see the female, the divine feminine is in present day moment energy. But you can see the divine masculine is spirit, right? It's like, and I don't mean like that they've crossed over. I don't mean that. I mean that potentially that you're not together, but your energy's still together. There's still this, it's a connection that really cannot be cut, is what I feel, whether we're together or not. 10 of Swords, okay? So I feel like there's something between Pisces and Capricorn, like a repeat pattern that keeps happening. Let's find out why. It's like we always hurt the ones we love. We have the High Priestess. I'm going to take one more. It's really letting me know the connection between these two people. And even if we're not together, if we're separated, what have you, we still feel each other's energy. It's like being telepathically connected. That, I don't know if I said that right. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is the energy of being victorious with the High Priestess. And I just want to look under that 10 of Swords because I feel like there's an issue. And what is that issue? It's coming over the 9 of Wands. So maybe both the twins, whoa, Ace of Pentacles, both the twins want to reflect upon that. It may mean that both twins tend to put swords in each other's backs. You know what I mean? Like arguments type of thing. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles, though. That is met with the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take them. I wasn't going to take them, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take them. We have the 7 of Wands, the Wheel, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. So, it reminds me of someone else's reading where, not everything goes the way we plan. But that doesn't mean that it can't come back together. I do feel like, Pisces, Capricorn, I feel like we've been putting swords in each other's backs. And I don't know why. It may be we're trying to figure something out. But in the same breath, I feel like, if there's been time like where you've been alone, don't regret that time, because I feel like that time alone has given you the space and the ability to create, like, let's take love out of it and just think about our physical world. It gives you the ability, I feel like, or it has given you the ability to really create and maybe do something that you love. And I feel like it's interesting because I feel like once I feel like really truly independent within myself, then the 10 of Cups shows. So, does that mean that this is potentially coming back together? Well, here's the Ace of Pentacles. And I also want to say, I feel like I can see your soul, like I know, I know you're not like the others. But again, it doesn't guarantee us anything, because I feel like these swords, again, it's like, what is that? What's, it's a repeat pattern in something. And I feel like where it takes us is potentially to an aggressive type energy. But I feel like this is also energy we can overcome. And I also feel like anytime that you spend alone, don't regret it, because you can tell me, but I feel like you've done a lot with your life, and I feel like it's going to continue. And then you ultimately end up in the 10 of Pentacles. Well, in the 10 of Pentacles, you're not alone. And I often feel the Ten of Pentacles represents, energy that really takes root, that can take root for the rest of our lives. I do feel like it's a house of loyalty. It's definitely the house of abundance. But it can be also the house of swords. So, but then that's what we got to figure out. So I feel like it's just one repeat pattern. And then I feel like then energy can just move the way it's meant to move. But listen, it doesn't mean the Ten of Swords wasn't meant to happen, because maybe there's something that you two of you are really learning, or Pisces and Capricorn are really learning. And again, it may be from each other. That's what twins do. We are each other's mirror. And sometimes we don't like what we see. And sometimes we love what we see. Okay, I'm going to pick that up. But you do have the Lovers here. It's like, even if I'm not with you, it doesn't mean I'm not with you type of energy. Okay. Simone. Okay, your question is in the comments. Sandy, is Martin my soulmate, and are we going to end up together and stay together? I was just reading D's comments also. I don't know, D, I just wasn't picking that up. That he was talking to other girls and that. I just wasn't picking that up. Doesn't mean it's not happening, but I'm not picking that up. All right, Simone. Sandy, is Martin my soulmate, and are we going to end up together and stay together? I like that you added that in there. Not just end up together, but stay together. And by the way, who's ever in this reading, if you followed it and you were able to, eliminate that past energy, I feel like hang on to your hats, guys. Because again, like I said earlier, some of you may already know who this person is, and they may have really lifted their vibration from the Knight to the King, especially with the Hierophant right above it. Okay. But anyway, so Martin and Simone. I want to remind people, I'm only doing questions for donations today. And I know that sounds selfish. I hope you understand. It's, it's just today. Anyways, Two of Wands. I like that. Let's take the single card. Look at this. Ace of Wands. Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. Interesting, you have two, you have two aces, yes. I thought the two aces were mirroring each other, but they're not. We have the Magician. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Four of Swords. You know what? I love seeing the Four of Swords coming under the Seven of Swords, because I feel like if there was past energy, if Martin is truly like who you want in your life, I feel like then, any past energy of, where I couldn't trust someone, Like, I do feel like I have to be able to trust, like D, how you're not sure. Like, to me, that's very difficult energy when I don't know if I can trust someone. But now here's the Four of Swords healing that energy. So who am I to say no to that? The Eight of Swords, that means you need to heal that. That's self-created prison. The King of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and then the Four of Cups. Okay. So, Simone, here's what I feel like is going on. I definitely feel like you and Martin probably have been through some difficult situations. I do feel like the Eight of Swords is yours. It is a self-created prison. I know why you created it. Potentially past energy of maybe, I couldn't trust. I didn't know if I could trust. Like, do you tell me the truth or do you tell me lies? Again, your spiritual team is saying, though, we're healing that energy. So to me, that means someone's vibration is lifting. And I do feel like you're soulmates, and I do feel like you do have the opportunity of coming together. But I do want to say that the self-created prison, and why would you create that? Because I feel like you want Martin, right? So why would you create that? That means that there's just something that you haven't been able to let go of yet. And I do feel like, like I'm afraid to give my whole heart, because what if you turn around and break it? So am I better not to have loved at all then? I feel like we all have to answer that for ourselves, but I feel like we do have to take chances. And you're asking, is this going to be like, will it come back together? Well, I feel like, first of all, the healing of this past energy, it makes me feel like the reason why it's healing is so you can come together. But I feel like I've got to uncreate this prison. I have the ability. Here's the Magician over here. This is manifesting energy, but it's mirroring the Eight of Swords. So I do not want to manifest out of this fear-based energy. And then the Four of Cups underneath that. Now, here's the thing, though. So that's you. And I feel like if you can let that be, because you are being offered a cup through the Knight of Cups, which is an unexpected couple fulfillment. But then right away, the cup shows. And we have it from the King. So it doesn't matter the sign, but this is the King of Wands. This is the King of action, desire, passion, and moves according to that. So it does feel like it is moving your way, but right at this moment, if I brought this cup to you, I'm not sure what you would do with it, because I'm not sure if you'd be fearful of it. And I feel like a lot of it lies within your thought system. And what I mean by that is, like, I could be fearful to love, right? That's my heart, but it's coming from my mind. It's coming from, either past experiences that I haven't cleared yet, or just the fear of loving. And listen, we all have that little fear. I feel like that's just natural. But, that wasn't your question. Everything looks like it's moving towards you. I want to take just one more over that 8, the Death card. Okay, so bye-bye, 8 of Swords. Close that door. And what happens when you close that door? A new door opens. What is that new door? The Knight of Cups. So if I really want this, and I want it to last forever, then the 8 of Swords has to be dealt with. And what it's saying is trust your own energy. Trust your energy. But yeah, it's all moving towards you. And I just want to take one more. Well, You know why I took one more? Because you asked the question, and will it last? Or I forget exactly how you put your question, but I think you said will it last? And look at this. The Four of Wands. Well, that's the marriage card, my dear. That is the commitment card. Can you handle it? I mean, you asked, and now it's answered. Only issue? Listen, there could have been plenty of issues, but if I truly want this person back, then I need to think about, am I ready for that also? Because everything is moving towards you, and I literally, in my mind, asked the question, okay, well, she wants to know if it's going to last forever. So that's what made me take one more card, and then we get the marriage card, which to me is forever, which is making a commitment to each other. It doesn't have to mean marriage unless that's what two people want, but it is true commitment. Eight of Swords, bye-bye. And then watch what flows. Okay. Now let's say this isn't Martin at all. Let's say it's someone else. You know, that's the one thing we want to, that's another reason why we want to take on the Empress's energy, because sometimes we think we want a certain energy, but yet maybe what sits upon our wheel is a completely different person, so to speak. Now, I'm sure I just confused you with that. For you, I definitely felt it was Martin. But I do want everyone just to keep keep yourself open. Oh, thank you, Simone, for Jen. I don't know if Jen's still in the room. I'll make sure I give that to her. That was so nice. Well, thank you, Sandy. I've been having the feeling that we are soulmates. Yes, I'm very fearful because the past hurt. I will close that door and take that cup. Gone with the Eight of Swords. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know, and that's exactly why I come here and do live readings, because I just feel like that's beautiful. Hi, Zenap. Not Zenap. God, I got like so many messages. Okay, yeah, I see your PayPal. No contact. How's Diego's feelings about me? Will you be contacted? All right, so did I just get rid of that? Okay. So Zenap, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Zenap. But this is for you. This one's for you. To dream the impossible dream. To love the impossible love. It's making me sing that, Zenab. Impossible Dream by Frank Sinatra. To dream the impossible dream. Another Eight of Swords. You know, 'tis life. All right, we have the Fool. We have the Seven of Wands. that's being met by the Eight of Swords. Again, that self-created prison. You know, a lot of times we don't even realize that we've created these barriers. And really, the barriers just mean that, you know, I may want love, but I'm afraid of it at the same time, right? I may want this, but maybe I'm afraid to go after it. You know, this person they have blindfolded themselves. They have loosely bound their own hands. They feel like they're trapped, but they're truly not trapped. And I feel like when you're able to see that, and it just means that I need to trust my energy over everything, my intuition, then you're free. Then you're free. Okay, but let's keep going. Interesting also how we go the Fool, which talks about a new beginning, but also taking a chance. You know, I see, like, am I going to take a chance with the Eight of Swords type of energy? I might, but you know what I feel like? Like in the Eight of Swords, if I truly, truly want love to come into my life, how can I truly enjoy it when, you know, because I feel like a lot of times there's a lot of things in that Eight of Swords. Like, I don't want to be cheated on, like I was cheated on before. I don't want to be ghosted. This happened, that happened. And I've taken all those experiences and I've used them. And now I feel like I'm protecting myself. But you're not. What you're really doing is blocking opportunities. Because in a way, you're telling the universe, like, don't send me nothing. I'm not ready. Don't send me nothing. Like, I'm in isolation. And the universe is like, okay, tell us when you're ready. Tell us when you're out of isolation. Tell us when you're ready for this new beginning. All right. We have the Five of Wands. Did show in reverse, though. You know, it makes me feel like we have justice. Feels like at one time there may have been some drama. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So that tells me instead of creating these walls, instead understand that every experience that I've been through is an opportunity to learn and grow from what I have learned, to the point where I no longer need to, you know, create these walls. So there has been like a lot, you know, and I feel like that ties me back here for you, you know. So maybe you dealt with someone who was karmic, and you know, it's difficult to overcome that energy, but when you do, I feel like the rewards are so great. But sometimes, um, instead of coming out of it, we like go within ourselves. You're probably like, what's that got to do with me? Whoa. We have the Hangman. That could be. That could be because of the Eight of Swords. It's like the Fool, right? A new beginning. Well, hello, Ace of Cups, though. But then the Three of Swords. The Knight of Swords. And then this is who I want you to become. The Empress. So the Empress, loving and nurturing. She's learned not to shut her heart down. She understands that, you know, the people that she's been with, she's experienced life with, especially the hard ones, it's taught her a lot. And I know that I feel like you're on a path to really learn maybe about love. Like maybe you have a life path 2 or 4 or 6. Maybe learning like about relationships, like on a soul level. I mean, um, so I feel like, I love that the Ace of Cups is right in the middle. The Hangman is right before it. So I feel like this is saying in due time, there is, an opportunity for this to come together. I feel like, part of the block, let's just say, is your energy. And I mean that in the most loving ways, because I feel like this is energy you can overcome, and take on the Empress's energy. It's a symbol to the universe that I'm ready. I'm ready for love. I don't need it, but I know it can help fulfill me. But I don't have to have it. I got plenty of things going on. This is someone who's really learned to respect themselves. And that means others must also respect me. And if you can't, then there's the door. But there is love here. So I feel like, I feel like that Eight of Swords is created because of the Three of Swords. It just makes sense. But I feel like there's valuable lessons that you can learn from that. And then I feel like, and then watch what happens. That Ace of Cups is just like so big and bright right now. And then I feel like it's communication, but with the Empress's energy. Okay, I'm going to let that be. I hope that makes sense to you. It's funny. I remember there was one year where all I kept seeing was the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords. And then all of a sudden I start seeing it going away. And I know it's because a lot of you yourselves have evolved, and it was showing in the cards. You know what I mean? All right. I'm just going to click back in real quick. Just make sure I'm getting all the comments. Let me skip this ad. All right, I just wanted to go back, make sure I didn't miss anyone. Jen, someone sent you, I don't know if you're still in the room, someone sent you a donation. Who was it? It was, oh, where'd it go? Dang it. I don't know where it went. But someone sent you a $14.99 donation. So I will send that over to you. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. D, you're working late, but you're listening. And D, you're up in Rhode Island, right? You're where Jen's at. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Natiz. I think I say your name different every single time. Hi, Erica. I do have PayPal. Zenap. Natalie, 23. I don't think there's a long wait. Actually, I don't think I have any donations at this point, so whoever donates next will be next. Oh, Maria, you just became a member. Thank you, my dear. I changed my membership around. And by the way, I think I'm gonna do a class, and I think I'm gonna do it once a month on tarot for the members. Like on how to read tarot. But I'm gonna do it the way, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I worried like I read intuitively, but I think I'm going to start doing it, and we'll do it like once a month. And I'll just add that in, so just so you guys know that. All right, Anna. Weird question, but can you tell me if my soulmate has light eyes or dark eyes? It's so hard to choose which one is right for me. They both have been in my life for a long time, and I wish I knew which one was going to be the best for me. Anna, I have a feeling that you already know. I mean, I feel like your guides are telling me that. But we're going to ask your question. So I'm trying to think how I can ask it where. Well, let's just see who comes out. Let's see what color eyes they have. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. But let's see. Maybe a sign will even help. Oh. And I know you gave me the signs before, but I don't remember. I'm going to give him a cut. With the Chariot. I don't know if anybody's a Cancer. I cannot see their eyes, but I can tell you the hair is dark. The skin is darker, which to me would mean probably darker eyes. Look at this, the 10 of Cups. I can tell you the colors I'm seeing in the rainbow. I'm seeing blue. I see yellow too, but I'm sure nobody has yellow eyes. But I do see like a light, well, it's like a light blue, but then I'm thinking, or is that hazel? The Ace of Wands. Look at that. Okay. This is what I feel. First of all, I feel like it's interesting because in the Chariot, I'm feeling, okay, probably dark eyes. But now in the 10 of Cups, I'm thinking, okay, maybe light eyes. But maybe it's not the eyes. Maybe it's the way you feel. Because I feel like there's got to be one that stands out to you. I feel like whoever you feel more passionate about. Now, I do want you to think about the person, like, is this someone who could, has the same goals as me, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, but I do see you in the 10 of Cups. So there you are in the 10 of Cups. Let's take 3 more. King of Cups. Can't see his eyes. But I think that's a good omen. 8 of Wands. I feel like it's saying you got to make a decision. You don't have to. The 6 of Cups. Okay, here's what I feel like. One of the things, like, eye-wise, I'm getting both. Like, I'm getting dark eyes, but I'm also getting light eyes. I feel like this is talking about more how you feel. Like, Who makes you feel more passionate? Who makes you laugh? Who makes you feel calm inside? And I don't mean like I want you to be like giggly and you know what I mean? Like who makes you feel like a little girl again in the best of ways? Well, let's see what else we got. We got the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like it's saying, well, I feel like you're going to make an ultimate decision, and I feel like you are going to give one the door or show one the door. And I feel like this is saying to you, you know, the answer is where your passion lies and how they make you feel. You know, you do have the energy of Cancer here. I don't know if any of them are Cancer, but the king could also be a Scorpio or Pisces. But truth be told, that aside, I feel like what this is saying is there is unlimited potential with someone. And I feel like, you know, how I want to look at this is like, you know, who makes me feel good about me? Who makes me feel good as a woman? You know, who builds me up? And who gives me those butterflies? Now, you may say both, but I feel like there's got to be one that stands out because that's what it feels like to me. Like there's one that stands out. And I feel like part of you is just not trusting your intuition. And it, you know, that makes sense, right? You want the right person, but I feel like this is really like a lesson in trusting your own intuition. But I do feel like there's one that does stand out. And I mean that as in, again, the way you feel. You know, they may both be great people, but I feel like there's one that like gives me butterflies. There's one that just seems to fulfill me more than the other. And then I feel like now, and then I got to trust that. I got to trust that because ultimately, if what I'm looking for is the 10 of Cups, then I do probably have to make a decision, right? But I feel like it's, to me, it feels like it's pretty clear, even though both are probably great people. I feel like inside, it's how do you feel inside? Because I do feel like one gives you butterflies more than the other, let's just say. And if one just so happens to be a Cancer or a water sign, well, boom, you know, there you go. Okay. Sooner or later, you're going to tell me I made a decision, Sandy, and this is the one I chose. But you know, you take, you know, I feel like it's not that you have to rush. It's like you take as much time as you need. You know what I mean? Like go on dates, and I know you already are, but like take as much time as you need. But I feel like there is one that's just going to stand out. Oh, good. You'd like that, Maria. Good. Well, thank you, Anna. Maria, is it over for Jeff and I? Hi, Kay. Hi, GK. All right. So for Maria and Jeff, Maria and Jeff, is it over? All right, Maria and Jeff. What's going on? We have the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. That's you. I was going to give a sign, but it doesn't matter. 2 Pentacles. So there's your question. Page of Wands. Interesting, we have 2 pages. I feel like that's you and Jeff. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have Temperance, Sagittarius, divine timing. Though Temperance's first lesson is patience. The Death card. And the 9 of Swords. Okay. So Maria, here's what I feel. First of all, I don't like that you have the 9 of Swords. That means there's a lot of worry. It is unnecessary worry, but it's worry nonetheless. And what I worry about in the 9 of Swords is if I don't deal with that, if I don't break it down and understand it, or let it go, because that's what Temperance would say. You know, the things that you cannot control, like another person's free will, hand it over to Divine and let them handle it. Divine is in your reading, so that means they're a part of this. Whether it come together or it not, you know, the Death card is next to it though. So in a way, I feel like, is that a closing? But then an energetic energy next to that, the 9 of Swords, or am I just worried that it's over? So let's just take a couple more under that. You know, I feel like with Temperance here also, we have the Moon. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Hierophant. And then we have the Emperor. Okay. Here's something I want you to ask yourself, Maria. So, like, I get a feeling that you, like, you know, in your heart of hearts, you don't want it to be over. I do feel that, you know, it's interesting because Divine is here. Divine is asking you to try not to worry so much. And, like, let's say this is something you want to come back together, then try to keep your thoughts on the good memories and not the harsh memories. You know, I feel like I can't give you a certainty, but I do feel like this is something that you could look for, because I feel like the Emperor is Jeff. But I feel like this is Jeff working up to the Emperor's energy. And what do I mean by that? The Emperor is normally someone that I would look up to, someone that I can count on, someone who cares about their fellow man. You know, can be slow moving though, you know what I mean? Usually wants to put a plan in place. So I don't fly by the seat of my pants so much like the Empress would. So that could be part of it. But I feel like Jeff's free will is kind of blocking this answer in a way. But yet I feel like Temperance is saying, hand over what you cannot control to her or to Divine. And, you know, I just feel like, there's something going on with Jeff that if he doesn't understand or try to make better, I guess, and I feel like it's within him, then I feel like he's not quite the man that you want. Now, I have a feeling you want Jeff, but I feel like if this is like to be, then I want it in a certain type of energy. Or maybe that's what Divine wants for you. You know, like in a certain type of energy. I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty here. And I feel like I can't really, all right, just the World, 10 of Wands, Okay. All right. So, Maria, I'm going to be completely honest. This is what I'm feeling. I feel at this moment, and I feel Jeff's energy is or has evolved. Let's just say I don't feel like you're on the same vibration. Now, I'm not going to say one's higher than the other. I just feel like we're not on the same vibration at this moment. I feel like there are struggles that have probably come along with this and could potentially continue if someone, because I feel like there's this energy of it's almost like we believe in different things and hmm, I don't know, Maria. I just feel like right now Jeff's energy just doesn't feel like good energy for you. Like as your soul sister, I feel like I don't feel like it doesn't feel right at this moment. It just doesn't feel right at this moment. Now I'm not going to say that it can't change, but I feel like there's just energy that is beyond your control. And because it's beyond your control, it feels like it's like making you a little crazy. And honestly, what I feel like is, and I want you to do whatever you feel you should do, but I feel like I shouldn't wait for Jeff anymore. And I'm not saying that you were waiting, but I just feel like I gotta let that go. I gotta let the idea of it go. Now, it does not mean that something can't come back around. And you guys know that is my life. You know what I mean? Like Sam and I dated when we were teenagers and he reached out, when I was in my 50s and now we live together. So you just never know what's going to happen. But sometimes some people are eclipsed out of our life so that someone truly, I don't want to say better, but better for you can come in or can give you what it is you deserve. And that is love. That is love. So I'm not really feeling good about this moving on. But at the same breath, it's funny, I'm saying I don't really feel good about this, but in the same breath, I feel like in a way it sets you free. And that I feel good about because I feel like when you can set yourself free and just trust in divine, well, whatever's going to happen, I feel like is of divine energy. Okay. Oh, okay, Maria. Sometimes it's so hard to give messages, but I'm so happy when you can relate to them. Zenap, it's just whatever your guides feel like you need to hear. All right, I'm just going to click out for a second, go back in case I miss messages. Let me click out of the ad. Okay. All right, guys. Hi, Cat 13. Thank you. Natalie, I don't know if you got my message, but I don't have any right now. So, whoever donates will get their reading right away. But if, you know, I think I'll wait around for like another 10 minutes. But let me see. Let me make sure I said hi to everyone. Oh, I am saying your name right. Good. Okay, did I miss anyone who made a donation, whether it be on PayPal? I guess I could just look. All right, I'm not seeing any. It's Sean's birthday today. Everybody say happy birthday to Sean if you're still here. Okay, guys, I guess there's no more questions. Hi, Steve. Let's just go ahead. I'll wait for a couple minutes. Let's just do Mother Mary, though, because we didn't do that yet. Let's take Mother Mary over this reading. And I am going to suggest that those in the reading, I feel like this reading was very clear. And I feel like even though there's some hardships in it, I feel like there's a lot of beauty in it. And I feel like it's showing us, like, really how to get's not the right word, but how to allow the highest type of love in our life. That's what your spiritual team is saying. And they're saying that you can have this it's not like you can have it, the 10 of cups. This is energy you're working towards. But that it also exists. And here is the wheel. So I just want to remind everyone about that. I found this quite beautiful. And then soulmates, it's mirrored by the marriage card. I mean, hello, soulmates. But let's do Mother Mary over this reading and for you guys and for the collective, for all of us. Mother Mary. We have Faith. That's my granddaughter's name. Faith. I have faith in God to heal this situation. And then home. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. I do want to read Faith real quick. All right. Because I feel like we've got to have it. We've got to have faith. Got to have. I'm thinking of I can't think of his name. Got to have something. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Anyway, the question that you're asking involves a situation that is testing your faith. Nonetheless, this card indicates that more faith is needed. Indeed, our everything will resolve itself in a divinely ordered way over time, even if presently no solutions are in sight. Prayers are often answered in unexpected ways, as will be the case for this situation. Leave it in the hands of God, who in his infinite wisdom already knows how to resolve everything. God, Mother Mary, and the angels can see your future, and it is bright. Have faith, dear one, so that you can enjoy each precious moment on your pathway to your beautiful tomorrow. Amen. 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 All right, guys. Hi, Lala. This is for donations, this reading here. Just want to let everybody know that. I don't normally do that, but for this one, I did. So I don't see any more. Check PayPal, nothing. I think my daughter left the room. George Michael, that's it. That's how did you it's so funny. How'd you pick that up out of those two little um words I sung? But you're right, George Michael's Soul Sister. All right, guys. I'm gonna let that be. If I didn't answer your question, this is for donation only today. But I have a feeling that a lot of your questions are answered in this reading also. I felt like it was a beautiful reading. I felt like it was pretty in depth. I feel like it did have to take us back just to show us where we're at now and, the growth that we've had. And it does deal with, again, people of, who didn't treat us that well. But listen, maybe they taught us well. And, we want to let that go. So, like your spiritual team is saying, so that what is meant to find you, which is a soulmate that goes into a true commitment that sits upon your will. But there are lessons that you have to look at so how can I end up here? You know what I mean? That's why I say in tarot, sometimes people skip the lesson cards and want to go right to the commitment. I've got to know how to, it's almost like, it's almost like breadcrumbs that lead us on our way. That's what our spiritual team does. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the reading. I loved the reading. I loved it. I can see a lot of you in this reading. Some of you aren't even here, but I know you guys. Even those that are new, it's like spirit puts within me, you know, um, almost like who's coming and who will be coming. So I feel like these are one of those type of readings that it's just going to find you in divine timing and that you can trust in. All right, guys, I'm going to let it be. So you may see a double of this, and here's why. Because I'm doing it live, I can't add it to my regular playlist. So then it takes 24 hours, but then I'm gonna download it so I can upload it to YouTube as a regular reading, if that makes sense. We'll see. Who knows what I'm going to do? But if you see it doubled, that's why, because lives don't allow me to put it into my regular playlist. Anyways, I love you guys. I thank everyone for being here with me today. I'm just falling in love with doing these tarot readings live. I love your feedback. Interesting. We didn't get a lot of feedback about the actual reading, but I hope that you found your place within it. So, anyways, I love you guys. I will see you next time at our table, which can be anytime. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm always going to go live now. Who knows? I love you guys. I thank you. I thank you for the one who donated to Jen. I'll make sure she gets that. Um, and I just love your loving hearts and souls. And, I feel like we're one big soul family. So, whenever you find this reading or whenever this reading finds you, it's probably the right time, probably divine timing. So, okay. I love you guys. Um, Hi, Jen and Lily, if you're still there. I love you guys. All right. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye. And thank you, everyone. Bye bye.